YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in Total War Attila, where we're going to be taking on the legendary campaign as usual. I didn't load my game up yet because I stopped it in the middle of a turn in. So let's see, 836.03. This one's going to be the right save. So we'll get this thing started up. How are y'all doing today? Hopefully you're doing good. I'm releasing this in morning my time. That doesn't necessarily mean it's morning your time, so hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is. And if you're not, then hopefully this video can make it better. But yeah, we should be in the middle of the turn end, or ready to end the turn, I guess, where I left off after the last battle with the Huns. So we did injure Attila, but we have not yet seen a message that says he's mortal. So that's kind of what I'm waiting on. It is the autumn of 431 AD, so as we come around into winter and then spring, I think spring's when the new year rolls around, so people keep telling me 432 brings changes. I'm looking forward to these changes because as of right now, I'm getting sick of just chasing Attila all over the dang map. It's extremely annoying, to be honest. Let's see. Let's just get these guys upgraded real quick. Veterans, he's good at training. Extort, guerrilla activity, raid a settlement, sabotage armies. You can sabotage walls. Harass an army might be handy. And let's see, assault unit, I guess. And then we've got this admiral up here who's gained some rank as well. Naval battle movement speed. There we go. Got another veteran who's gained some experience here. Do sabotage army, and then this this legion has gained some experience here. Morale versus Eastern empires. Nomadic tribes would have been handy. Public order and local province. Experience for light units, experience for medium units, all that could be handy too. None of these are like crazy exciting. I'll just start unlocking these that start to give me some boost against other nations. I mean, a little bit here and there. We'll take every bit we can get. So when we do go into this turn in, these two armies have to defend themselves, and then these three armies up here have to defend themselves. There are a considerable number of Huns in the area. Though with this many large onager, if they attack up here, I'm feeling pretty safe. That's enough large onager to dispatch a lot of enemies, and then I still have 4 large onager down here as well. So I feel pretty comfortable that we can defend any spot we need to against the Huns. Of course, I've been wrong before, and I could be wrong again. Let's go ahead and end this turn, though, and see what happens. Are y'all excited for Warhammer? I know I am. Definitely looking forward to being able to bring you all some Warhammer footage and just dig into that. Oh, look at that, man. Some good timing by the Alamans there, moving up and clearing out some stacks. Yeah, these guys are going to wander over there, and yeah, if I cared, Savaria is obviously going to die a gruesome death as soon as I have a chance to focus on it. Because I do want to take hold of Pannonia, and the annoying thing about that, them nuking that province there, is that it has an effect on the fertility for a while. And Pannonia actually is a pretty sturdy province in terms of production. Let's see what the Huns are up to. We got their priest after me here. Curious to see whether or not they'll attack me. They're just hitting me with agents right now. No, they're going to run, of course. The cowards of the steppes. That's what they need to rename the Hun armies. Some people told me that in 432 they start actually coming after you. I would welcome that. I would love the opportunity to defend my fortresses against the Huns, because they will die. So the Gaetulians are offering me their daughter. I don't know, they're demanding my daughter to be married to their king. No. The Gaiatulians don't command enough respect for me to really be worried about that. Okay, so the Empire Strikes Back needs a new commander. This guy is far too disloyal, so we can't trust him. Let's see. Shaman is trying to do some betrayal, so that's why we had to put a new general there. That guy died of natural causes. Rebellion. Still no message about Attila, but it could be because he is in the process of recovering. That may be. Hey Geets, remember how you nuked my settlement? Yeah, well, you're about to die. How is it giving them any chance here whatsoever? That's an absolute joke. I'll tell you what, go back, encircle the settlement. And let's pull this army over that way. Yeah, let's see if you have any chances now. Bunch of crotchwads. Okay, I could subjugate them at this point, but I want this territory eventually, even if it's not right this moment. So it'll continue to make them nomadic, which I'm not a huge fan of, but one way or the other. I cannot retrain, though, because there is a Hun stack in this province, and that's pretty irritating. And honestly, I think I'm going to take these armies and just put them into fortifications. Can they reinforce? Yeah, it actually increases their reinforcement range. So that's acceptable. Okay, so all those guys will just fortify to protect them against the winter. There were some Hun agents up here. Yeah, they're still there. I'm going to try and get rid of the Hun agents.
That soul is away to the afterlife.
Of course we failed. Why would we not fail?
The funeral pyre already burns.
No, it doesn't, because you failed.
My blade is quite convincing.
Well, at least someone did something.
The gods favor.
Because that's about all we're going to see here. This guy finally helped with the retraining. Let's upgrade the fletching on those guys. Some of you wonder why I haven't done any upgrades in my buildings, because I have a ton. I'm aware I have a ton. Just want to get Attila out of the way, and I want to get this climate change over with, and then I'll focus really heavily on kind of rebuilding my economy in full. So right now I'm just not focused on it because I have other things that I'm wanting to get done. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like it or not, I guess that's the reasoning. Let's see. There is a few places that I wanted to be doing a little bit of work on. Wanted to no. There we go. I want to convert that over. Let's put a farm up here. Let's tear that crap down. And we'll see if we can maybe start converting this province. There is a desolate settlement up there that would be a good place for us to take control of. When the snow's melted, I may make a venture up there and go ahead and take control of it as well. And let's see. Again, I understand I have a lot of stuff to improve, but kind of want to just get through the winter and see what happens here. Have this new general. Let's give him this one. And then hostile agent success rate. That probably wouldn't hurt. Research. Morale plus 10 when an allied territory. That could be handy too. Campaign spotting chance, line of sight, movement range. That could all be very handy as well. Give him some extra integrity. And then we've got this spy who has picked up a little bit of level as well. Just start working on upgrades. There we go. So I think the next turn will actually see us get to 432. So we'll see if anything big changes. Come on, Alamans. Catch those Huns. Kill those. Oh, you lost to the Huns. Way to go. The Allemans are terrible versus the Huns, and it's probably because they're just roaming around with Germanic crap spear stacks. That's typically what I'm seeing from most of their armies. But the Allemans feel pretty good about themselves for watering the ground with blood of rebels. Outside of Shall Not Pass, it's like an offering. The Huns have left the Swabians and the Allemans a little bit weak, to be honest. They've never really been very strong. I've never seen them running around with very many good units or anything like that. The Sassanids looked stronger earlier. They're attacking the East Romans out there. Looks like everybody is dying in the middle of that desert. That is a big mess going on out there, but it looks like the Sassanids finally got the better of it. Maybe? See what the Huns do, if anything. Surely they won't attack my forts. Huh. Not sure where that was at, where I just saw the Huns. It's pretty far north. We're going to have to relocate Attila. He should be back on the battle map any time now after having injured him. I don't know how much longer Sextus will live. Obviously, I would love to kill Attila with Sextus, but no guarantees of anything at this point. See, here we go. Coming up on the turn end after Palmyra gets their move. They're probably going to... I wonder if they'll push on the East Romans. Not yet. That stinks. Lost a child in the family. You got someone trying to do some defamation here. Go ahead and pay them off. So it is 432 AD. Population surplus. Did anything change in terms of food? And I believe the answer is still no. Yeah, because it's still -3 on the climate change, so not yet. Maybe it changes later in the year or something. So everything's still the same in that regard. This army just took a shellacking from the Allemans, and I'm thinking this will be a good chance for us to try and finish it off. Of course, it's probably going to pull, or at least try to pull outside my movement range. It's out on the very edge of it. I'm going to go ahead and wipe these guys out. Want this army out of this province so these guys can actively retrain. Okay, let's see. That guy can no longer move. I'm going to have to move this other army up to support it so that they don't get singled out. It's going to leave this a little bit exposed, but, you know, if the Huns actually come in and attack, it kind of works to my favor. Let's convert over this town center, ditch that building, and start rebuilding that. And then we've got the Rugians that moved in here. I didn't even know the Rugians were still around. What's their diplomatic status? They trade with me. They're at war with the Huns and the Geats. They're annoying is what there is. I wanted that settlement, jerks. And I'm not sure I'm going to accept no for an answer at this point. Let's see where it shows. It shows the Huns on the map up here. Kind of north of my current position. I think they're up this way. Still don't see any Huns. So there's my spy. He was almost like they're over in this forest or something, maybe?
I am yours to command. Treading softly.
There they are. So Attila is not yet back on the scene that I can see. Got population surplus, faction encountered, demolition, food shortage in Pannonia, enemy killed in battle. Yeah, no important messages really for us at this point in time. Every settlement is desolate in this province, so I would like to resettle it, but on that one I'm actually going to wait for the climate change effects to end. And I guess I'm just using this one to retrain from for now is really the only big reason to be even worried about holding this.
Ready for further orders. On the move. You have further orders?
Wait a minute. Oh, wait. The big ones, no. I was like, did Sextus die? And I not even noticed because I was moving the big one and I didn't see Sextus in it. And I remembered that we put him in a different army. That had me worried there for a minute. Great, critical failure. I got one of my guys wounded. Can someone get rid of this filthmonger? No, apparently not. Apparently he is a pretty sturdy agent there with like 10 stars. So don't think we're going to be doing a whole lot of good there. Okay, we got this other spy that finally came back down here. Let's put him in to investigate corruption for a turn or two just to see if he can gain some influence. Thinking I'm going to put a forum into this province. And let's see, up here, want to go ahead and upgrade to the cattle herd, and let's build that shrine. Let's go ahead and end another turn. Generals gain some rank there. All right.
You are strong and wise, and yet I want...
Yeah, I'm not really interested in your war, Alamans. You're free to kill my rebels, though. Seems to be a good service for you. Kind of like a mop and bucket crew for me. I'm just interested to find out whether or not Attila is mortal at the end of this, like, injury phase that he's going through here. And apparently we just have to start attacking him with one army of onagers, or like one or two, because they're just going to run from us anytime they feel like they have an advantage. And those heavy onagers did seriously wreck the Hun army. It was a much more effective army than what I had had before, so I'm okay with that. Huns are kind of moving down my direction, but I didn't see where they could be moving. I think they were moving down my direction, yeah, if I'm oriented right. So ready for the climate change to ease off. It's incredibly annoying. Dacia, Palmyra, come on, hurry it up, all of yous. The Palmyreans gonna actually try and attack down there, or just... Assassinate Separatist got wiped out. Can't say that upsets me. Kurdiak? Who was he? Maybe an agent or something. Let's check my summary on agents. I think he was maybe a converted priest is what he was, if I remember right. Converted to Hun priest. Yeah, the Huns are trying to get down to this settlement is what they're trying to do. So just decline that so those two can defend each other. Okay, now it shows the Huns way over here. So Attila has respawned. Rebellion, unseasonal conditions. I mean, there's nothing here that's telling me that he's mortal. So I have to assume that Attila is still got to be killed. And my food situation still hasn't changed. So a couple of pretty annoying things going on there. You should have worn different sandals? What? Let's go down this way and see if we can go locate Attila. Till then, I'm thinking about wiping out a few of his other stacks over here if I have the movement range. I do not. But we are busy retraining here. Let's... Thinking about putting up a guard house here and kind of making like another little miniature shall not pass. Because if I do that, it may be a way to attract Huns to their death. Kind of like when you put water in a soapy pool and it gets full of like dead flies and bees and everything else. So we'll see if that works. And the weather has cleared.
Ready for orders.
Thinking about taking this army, and let's go ahead and march and go resettle this desolate settlement up here. And we'll just kind of work on that. It takes longer for me to retrain my fleets. That's why I'm trying to do it with the army, because it will take less time to retrain. Stupid, filthy Attila. I hate him oh so much. Let's see. I'm going to just keep all these armies close together out here where they can stay, where they can stay ready to defend each other. And this other spy is no longer injured either, so let's get him marching down here towards the diplomacy map location of Attila so that we can keep an eye on him. Alright. I'm ending so many turns, and I'm not accomplishing much, and it's irritating. And some people are like, Air, why are you so focused on Attila? Because there's ravaging Hun stacks everywhere. Like, if I send enough armies somewhere else to start conquering things, I'm going to end up getting screwed over, because that's when the Huns will come in. And so I have to kind of focus on the Huns until they're gone. I don't want it to be my singular focus. I'd like to be accomplishing other things. But since I'm limited on the number of armies I can have, that means also the number of defensive points I have. I mean, my garrison armies are pretty beefy, and if I get enough places where I'm not worried about the garrison army, I might try it and just try and wear the Huns down that way. But we'll see. Right now, that's why I'm focusing all my attention on killing Attila, because I need him gone. As soon as I get him out of the way, the other Hun stacks, when I kill them, it'll actually matter at that point. Because right now, killing Hun stacks just means they get a free respawn on the next turn. It gets them out of my province if I really need that, but for the most part, it just gives them, like I said, gives them exactly what they want. Which is a whole new stack with more horse archers, more chosen Uars, like everything else that they need to continue to be annoying. That Hunnic agent still follow me around. He is going to be difficult and annoying to get rid of. I have some fairly high-level priest in that area, though. We'll see if anybody can somehow take care of him. And, of course, they just run off. I would go up there and try and kill those guys, but like I said, they're just going to respawn, so there's really no need, no sense. If I make peace with the Huns, I'm worried they'll just start roaming through my lands, and I don't know, honestly, maybe that'd be a good way to trap them. Maybe that would be a good plan. Make peace with the Huns, and then I wouldn't have to worry about them for a few turns, and then trap them whenever they get into a bad spot, especially Attila himself. I don't know. I'll think about that. That might be a viable strategy. The climate change is lifting, I would assume. We'll see.
Abandon all hope.
Who has become for us wisdom from God?
Only faith could save them. The righteous cried out in fear. Do not listen to the false prophecies of the heretics. Cast them out, for they have brought the scourge to our door. And when he opened the fifth seal, I saw the souls of them that were slain for the word of God. No mercy for the wicked.
It's a pretty cool looking video. The Roman town looks awesome. Preach intolerance. Oh no. Another infant mortality. That stinks. Time marches on. We've achieved much, but our people... Oh, sweet. My food just went through the roof, and a lot of my income just went back up, too. No messages in here about Attila, though. So, he is... Climate change. So they're saying it gets worse, but it actually should be better now. Yep. So it's now down to -2 rather than -3. So we're going to start to see some fertility return to our lands, and then over time it'll eventually continue to dissipate. So at this point, let's see. So finally we got there. It looks like it was in the autumn of 432 autumn. I'll have to remember that in case I ever play in another campaign or something. Got that spy on his way down there. We have these others. Where are you at, Huns? Okay, now it's showing the Huns up here. Where are the Huns at? Is Attila still their faction leader? It shows him up. He's either still injured or he's up there. Yeah, I'm right on top of him. It's showing Attila up there, but he's not. Not that I can see, unless he respawned up here with another stack.
Orders.
I mean, I see several Hun stacks, but...
Your orders.
Yeah, there's no Attila up here. He'd have the gold star up above him. I'll keep pushing down this way to see if we spot him. So right now I don't even have any clue where Attila's at. And let's see. These armies are still doing a little bit of retraining, some of them.
Ready for battle.
Not all of them, though.
Ready for order.
Got them pushed out. Let's just go ahead and end another turn here.
At your command.
Gonna go ahead and colonize that settlement.
We hunger for battle.
Let's see if the Huns get more aggressive. Be interesting. People tell me that they do. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see them actually just start coming at me. Let's see whether the cowards of the steppe turn towards me or if they continue to turn tail. Come on, Huns. Let's see some aggression. What's this Scourge of God title that you supposedly have? Come prove it. Oh, they didn't move away from me, but they didn't move very far towards me. Still have no idea where Attila's at. It shows them... It shows the faction up there on the diplomacy map, but it did show it down in, I guess, crap, where... I don't know what it's called in real life, but where the Odrysians were at in Rome too. It showed them down in that area.
We see little profit in further bloodshed.
Yeah, and I don't really see why I should give you a peace treaty, to be honest. Egypt took over Libya. That's hilarious. The East Romans are just clinging like a turd to an unwiped butt at this point. How about that for an example? I'm sure that is disgusting enough for many of you. All right. Empire strikes back. Lost its commander. We're going to bring this guy back in. He must have gotten wounded by... Yeah. Hostile agent. So it was not Sextus. I keep expecting to see Sextus up here, but not yet. The guy is living to be quite old. Which is nothing wrong with that. I'm glad to have him. At the fishing jetty. Just keep upgrading things. Alright, so this province will kind of start to turn in my favor. The Franks took over. Well, they have this settlement over here, so there's no need for me to really fight that. As long as I have the right buildings in that province, it'll... eventually I'll build that religious building over here and just have all food coming out of that province. It is winter time now, though, and I'm not going to want to move a whole lot. Is this... yeah, it is Pannonia, and the fertility is good. So we will want to do a wheat farm in terms of most food to help out. But yeah, we're going to turn Svaria into kind of a shall not pass, as I mentioned. Okay, that was... Okay, there is a Hun stack down here, but that is also not Attila. So... I do not know for the life of me where Attila is at.
At your service. On the move.
I mean, I don't see him hidden in the trees or anything else around here. I mean, I'm doing all kinds of scouting and I've got pretty good line of sight. I don't know where in the heck he's at. It still shows him as the faction leader, but he's not there, like nowhere to be found. Let's see where I'm at in terms of research. I'm 2 turns from being able to work on the Triumphal Arch. We can now go back and take a look at some of our buildings. So we have the wheat farm here, the sheep pens, which we should probably work on upgrading. Wine market, we can go to the wine emporium. Got the cloaca here. I don't need the growth anymore because we've gotten all up in the growth. So I'm going to switch over to the aqueduct network. I think this would be best suited as a religious building. Food is now extremely plentiful here. I do want to upgrade sheep farms. And since the food is more plentiful, I think... sanitation should be crazy good. Whew, not as good as I'd like, but it's certainly not bad. And we have a lot of sanitation. We'll have even more with that consecrated ground, though, so nothing to be worried about. Need to start upgrading places to the metropolis, where we have the food, and I certainly do have the capability for the food here. Thinking about... I'm gonna end up with 100 and something. Yeah, if I need to convert the cattle farm over, I can. But let's just let's focus on getting some of these places upgraded. So Mediolanum here. I'm thinking let's go ahead and swap this great theater over. Whoa, what is this? Slave oh, okay. I thought it was maybe some kind of building I hadn't seen before. If we convert this over to the circus, so I get more public order. I'd kind of like to build the fully upgraded governor's palace here too, because it's my capital. I do have the aqueduct network here. Probably ought to go ahead and upgrade the farms, I think. Sanitation is through the roof out there. Oh yeah, we are in extremely good shape in that regard. So I'm thinking about putting like a wine emporium or something here. Food seems like it will be plentiful enough here. We've got sheep barns. Those could be cattle pens if we just really have to have the food. Or I've got a little bit more food out of that fishing jetty. So that would be 80 more food from those. We're going to get a little more from upgrading that wheat farm. The wine emporium does not cost us any food that I'm aware of. Or the wine... Yeah, it's not going to cost us food, so we're good. Public order and squalor. So yeah, let's just do the forum there. And I think we should be good on public order once we switch that over. We can also upgrade these. It gives us just a hint more public order. Plus, we usually have armies around over here, so let's go ahead and upgrade those. Just keep spending this money because we've had a long time in the making. Rome now has very positive food. Sanitation. We can build the aqueduct here now. Let's go ahead and build the wine emporium. Everything's pretty good shape here in Rome right now. Thinking let's upgrade the sheep barn because we'll get more money out of that. Do the same thing over there. Let's take a look at Magna Graecia. Got plenty of public order here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and convert a bunch of these great theaters over to the circus. I still get quite a bit of money out of it, but I'm gonna make up the money with the wine emporium, and I want the extra public order. Food here is not spectacular. I do have that fruit plantation. I don't have the research taxes in kind yet to do the other. Thinking for now, well, I could. I don't have a sanitation building in the capital, so that's a problem in this province. That is certainly a problem here. I think we're going to need to just convert this over to the wheat field in order to have the extra food that we need. Yeah, I kind of need a sanitation building in this province, but I don't have it. Not much I can do about that at the moment. Let's take a look at salty Carthage here. Having a little extra food here wouldn't hurt because I want to upgrade all these town centers. We've already got a sheep barn there. Let's put a wheat field in. Get that cavalry compound. I'm going to do the same thing though and throw a wine emporium in here. Sanitation's very good. Let's check out Lepsis. It's at +5 on the public order. Got the circus. We've got an imperial library here that's helping the research rate. Let's see. Cattle pens and wheat fields. Sanitation's good, and I have a little bit of extra food, so I think it makes sense to go ahead and upgrade to the metropolis, but my public order is somewhat limited here. And it causes quite a bit of public order problems. I will have this army, though, that can pretty much just sit down here for the time being. Let's see if there's anything else around public order in the research tree. This is going to end up being an all-campaign map episode, which, again, some of you dislike these, but wow, +5 public order from bureaucratic reforms. I'm definitely going to go for that next. And it takes away 3% of the corruption, gives me increased tax rate, and opens up a royal court. So that's definitely going to be my next line of research. Let's just go and check everything else out, kind of see how we're doing in terms of the empire in general. Got the circus there. We've got a decent amount of food. Really just need some growth to unlock the sanitation chain there, and then I'll be in good shape. Let's see. Still needing some growth here as well, but we already have some. So let's see what we got. We got the circus. Got a wine market. I would like to kick that wine market up to the wine emporium, and I'm going to put a religious structure there. And let's upgrade the wheat fields here and then go to the metropolis as well. And then Baetica. Let's kind of see. We've got the Great Theater, Governors and State. We have a food emporium here that we probably don't need anymore. So I'm going to convert the food emporium to another imperial library. And let's put in a cattle field there. And we've always got more fishing jetties if we need them. But yeah, I'm going to swap that for the Imperial Library. And let's swap the public order there is fine, so let's not mess with anything else at the moment. Sanitation couldn't hurt to improve that a little bit for the time being. Yeah, food is plentiful enough at the moment, so should be fine. Carthagenesis, so let's see. This province is not ideal either in terms of what I have built here. But it's not bad. Sanitation is going to struggle in these provinces just because I don't have the aqueduct. Almost kind of thinking that we'd be better off with the aqueduct, but then we lose 13 public order. But we could make that up with the religious building out here. I think I'm going to tear down that governor's estate. Okay, what do we have up here? We can finally build these city centers back up because we actually have food here again. So that'll take up a chunk of my money. We've already been there. Let's go check out Britannia. Be kind of cool to make Londinium into a metropolis. Got the cattle pens, wheat mills. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to the metropolis. And then we've got undeveloped land here. Cavalry and a skirmisher compound. How does the sanitation look up here? It could stand to be better, so let's put in the waterworks. And then let's go a little further north here so we can keep building this up so that eventually we have the triumphal arch that commemorates Sextus's reconquering of Britannia. What about up here? How we doing in terms of sanitation? It's not bad. We probably don't need that food market anymore. Could convert the food market. We got a circus. Let's just leave the food market for now. How much does the squalor? It only goes up 1 to make that into a metropolis. And then up here, sanitation, food, everything's looking pretty good. Fishing wharf all the way to a fishing port. I mean, sanitation's strong. Public order is very strong up here. So thinking about just going ahead and eating all those upgrades. So I think we have taken care of most of what we need to at this point. Yep, so it ended up being a all campaign map episode, but there you go. Sometimes we got to slow down and do things right here. Yeah, we're even good with food in this province at the moment too because of these high-level cattle farms. And these just give me extra growth. Sanitation's quite okay right now too, so let's just go ahead and upgrade both those because, again, we have a lot of money. And all this should lead to me making considerably more money over time. Ravenna here. Definitely want to hit the aqueduct network. Sorry, bumping the microphone there. Let's check our sanitation. Public order should be strong enough here, especially if we convert the over to a circus. Let's hit the wheat mill there. Upgrade the sheep barn. All right. So there we go. We spent up that big chunk of change that I had. And I'm going to go ahead and call it good for here, and I will see you all back on the next episode.